From the Preston Highway Studios, it's 24-hour Purple People.
Well, hello, and welcome to 24-hour Purple People. My name is John Harper, and we are absolutely thrilled to have you along for the ride today as we are all set to talk Louisville City FC, Racing Lou, and all sorts of particular purple items are on the program this evening. And on this wonderful night, this thunder, if there's thunder in the background, it's like storming right now. On this fine evening here at the Preston Highway Studios, Louisville City wins all week long. Philip Goodrum joins Louisville City royalty, and Racing wishes they would rather be probably playing the Royals. Joining me is two of my besties. First, the master of dungeons, the spinner of tunes, the builder of vans, and a servant of cats. He is the one person, two life crew, Mr. Ken Luther. Ken, hello, sir.
So I'll hold off on my story until you introduce Matt, and then I want to tell.
Oh, he's got a story.
He got a story already.
Okay.
Well, can't we'll just put it part of it. Well, it was the first game, so I guess it'll lead us right into it.
Yeah, it was the first thing that happened.
Speaking of Matt, still my thunder here. He is the author of The Purple Prose, the ultimate warrior of poetry. This man doesn't need a parking pass with that deep, rich timber he's got going today. Mr. Matt Dalton.
Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Kenneth. How are we today?
We are good.
I screamed my voice out over the weekend.
Good.
At this LouCity game. Yeah.
Good for you.
So I've got that deep, rich timber right now. So I'll be talking like this all night.
Oh, well, it gives me something to look forward to. Not sure what that means. All right. Well, it was a long, busy week for us purple folks. I can tell you that much. So much soccer overload. We had the opportunity, Louisville City did, to get 9 points out of the week. And guess what? We did it. Louisville City remains undefeated. What's the word I'm looking for, gentlemen?
Undaunted. Unrelented.
Unrelented. And it started getting a little revenge against Rhode Island. Shall we go through some highlights of the Rhode Island match?
Hey, hear Ken's stories real quick.
Let's talk about the tailgate first.
Oh, shall we talk about the tailgate first? Well, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, set the stage, Ken. Set the stage for us.
Now, real quick, before this story, if you want the behind-the-scenes stories at the tailgate, you can join us on the Discord using that QR code on your screen. Such shenanigans as you're about to hear about.
Right, so it's classic me, right? Classic Ken, beer in hand, brain in neutral. So
turn the brain off.
I'm sitting at the tailgate. I've been playing something, and I'm about to queue up a playlist. And I'm sitting in the van, and Rebecca comes up and says something to me. She says something like, and I don't know exactly what she said, but somebody's brother's friends, brother-in-laws, cousins, I don't know the chain of family there was a sheriff's deputy, which, these things are important to know, but it didn't register on me that I should know that. The only thing that registered on me was that I should play a particular song for the sheriff's deputy. So Matt, what song do you think I queued up to play for the sheriff's deputy?
I'm gonna go with either Bob Marley or maybe Eric Clapton.
Nope. Go kind of rap, hip hop, hardcore.
Think of Ken's intro.
Was it Body Count?
No, but we're okay. So I queue up NWA,
yeah,
Police, right? And speakers are kind of loud, right? So I'm like, yeah,
kind of loud.
The people that were related to this person know me, and they know the shenanigans I've been up to for the past 10 years. So it's going to be like, it's just Ken, right? Just Ken being an idiot. So I play the song and I look up, and there are 3 LMPD cops there on 4x4s.
In uniform?
In uniform. I'm like, well, we're already 15 seconds into the song, so I can't change it now.
No, it's going to be awkward now, yeah.
So needless to say, I got pulled over on the way home, and I got 17 parking tickets the next day. Who'd have
Who
thought?
knew? Who knew
Just
that would
kidding. I
happen?
did not get pulled over, and I did not get parking tickets, and I don't actually mean that for LMPD. I feel for them; they have a hard job, but it was a funny moment anyway.
That's a good
Classic
song.
me.
It's a good song.
Who
All
else
this
would
and
you?
more on our Discord, folks. Every single day. Every single day, all this and more. Okay. To the highlights we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe. All
I
right.
will-
First match. We got to get the first match highlights going.
That's the first match of Saturday. Here's the first match of the week.
Mhm.
Let's do the first match of Wednesday. What do you think?
Yeah, let's try
Well,
that out.
That's what I got going on here, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, I can't stop it now that it started. Hold on.
No, God, it's like the NWA song. You can't stop it once it's started.
All right.
Once you're coming straight from the underground.
Here you
Been a
go.
while since I listened to that song. Woo, that's something. Okay, here it is. Yeah, no surprises on the formation. A little bit of rotation. You know, Diaz coming in. You got McFadden on there. I think they got him switched. McFadden plays predominantly up the left-hand side, and Dia plays up the right-hand side, but that's okay. And Lambert and Taylor kind of in that box-to-box role. That changes fairly quickly.
Lambert's is interesting here because I saw an interview with Danny where he mentioned like Rhode Island's size and physicality and kind of how much it gave them problems last year. So that really sort of dictated what a lot of what they did in the offseason, right? Their response to that was to look for signings that exhibited a tougher edge, who were maybe bigger physically. And immediately upon that interview, I thought of Kevin Lambert, 6'3" Kevin Lambert. So
Absolutely. Yep. He was
the game
brought
you
on
want
for
him in.
that. Yep. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah. Danny
Gleeds is back too. Gleedle.
Yep. Danny knew this was going to be a war, so he was just really throwing everything at it. This is a very physical team, Rhode Island, and we saw a lot of physicality in this match.
Especially early on. You know, they see that bump right there, right at the beginning. It was going to be a physical match. They were definitely setting the tone right away.
Yeah.
They were on the front foot for about the first 10, 15 minutes, that's for sure. And we are battling away.
So Lambert's already out with a head injury at this point.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're in the 19th minute
Can
now.
we pause it there? Did anybody know what happened? Because I was at the other end of the pitch, so I wasn't able to see it.
No.
I was at home watching, so their heads collided. Lambert and I'm not sure which Rhode Island player, but they were both going for the ball. It was kind of a 50-50 play. For whatever reason, the Rhode Island defender got a yellow, which I don't know if I really agreed with, because they're both going for the ball. There really wasn't anything in it. They just kind of collided heads.
Yeah. Well, Lambert definitely concussion protocol, I think. So he may be out for hopefully not very long, and hopefully he didn't get a concussion. But if he did, it could
hopefully
be a couple weeks.
Speedy recovery. Oh, Aiden McFadden, 20th minute. It takes two to make a thing go right. A header off. Who's that? Ray Serrano?
Yeah, I believe so. I tell you what, I've been a fan of Aiden McFadden, you know, kind of ever since he came on loan on the team. But this year he's been especially good, and this game he was absolute fire up and down the pitch, scoring goals. Certainly man of the match. And this just started it. If you just watch his work rate up and down the flank there, it's unbelievable.
Adrian Perez with the assist.
Yes, AP. McFadden's a menace, man.
Yeah. Because he can get up and down the field so far, and he can put so much distance, so much speed on his legs that he provides that extra attacker. This a fluke, unfortunately, for Kyle Adams and his hair. Shouldn't happen, but it did, and we just move on from it. I felt like it did not deter us at all.
No, it was totally against the run of play as well. So they couldn't really get much momentum off of that. But it still felt like, I mean, the whole stadium felt kind of shook after this.
Not as much as normal. I still felt like we were winning. So I don't know. I felt good about this game pretty much the whole game.
This is the team that I wanted to beat this team.
Sure. I think we all did. It's the only team
we all
haven't beaten.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see what we can do against this side.
they're still a formidable side. I don't think they're as good as last year. Maybe it was a little bit of a fluke last year, how good they were. But this year, they have talent. It just doesn't seem to be clicking or firing on all cylinders for them.
If I recall correctly, though, they started off a little slow, but then got hot towards the end. They're not too dissimilar from the Indiana Pacers in the NBA playoffs this year. They just got hot at the right time, you know?
Oh, for the season, yeah. It could happen again. We don't know.
I mean, they're still sitting in 6th place right now, so.
Yeah, not far off.
But regardless, I still felt like
Jansen here.
Yeah, it was. It was very nice. Now, Ray Serrano was not offsides, very close to being offside, but certainly they lost.
Man of the people.
Yes, man of the people. Remember the old purple plunge that they used to do that got cut off after like the first 3 games of our existence when Matt Fondy used to jump into the crowd. He was just waiting for it. Set your feet up.
Jansen not only he that ball bounced back to him, so that's the second attempt at a pass there, and wow, great stuff. Yeah, 2 straight goals, 2 straight games for Ray.
Yeah, good to see Ray getting back into the groove of things. That one almost went in by Jansen.
We've said that a lot this year.
Yeah. So Goodrum started this game, and I felt like maybe not as effective. So I was kind of surprised to see him start the next 2 games as well, but maybe that's more lack of depth on the bench as opposed to whether or not we think he's going to play well. I sure am glad I was wrong about him not starting the last game, but this game was a little bit off for him. But that's the life of a player. Sometimes, especially a striker, sometimes you're hot and sometimes you're cold.
Yep. The name of the game. There were a lot of really great individual sort of moments of brilliance in this game, I thought, from a lot of players. Agent Perez had a great game. Gleadle had a great game. McFadden had a great game.
Taylor, of course.
Yes, Taylor, of course, always. I mean, he's Mr. Dependable back there. And here's the second yellow.
I think AP made a little bit of a meal out of that.
Oh, yeah, Manny. Well, the intent was there, right? Like, Manny had to get out of the way of that. Like, he still forced Manny to have to make that move to sort of dive out of the way. So I can see why they would still give that. You don't see it that often on a second yellow, though. So, I mean, I'm glad they stuck to their guns.
I don't think that's a second yellow. But, hey, it happened. But it was late in the game, so it didn't really matter all that much.
Yeah, it didn't make a huge difference.
Yeah, they had 4 yellows in the last 20 minutes of the game. I mean, it was getting very chippy at times. It was chippy the whole match, I thought. And, I mean, it got really chippy toward the end. And then the red card there in the 90th minute for that Rhode Island player. And that only helped us maintain our lead, and on to victory we went. But it was a tight, a very hard-fought match. It was similar in some ways to that end of the Rowdies match a week ago, where it was just like fighting tooth and nail to the very end. And but Louisville City exercising the demon a little bit, the non-playoff version of that demon, beating Rhode Island
boys,
last Wednesday.
Let's shake the monkeys off our backs real quick. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
I don't feel like it was all that tight. They had the measure of possession, which seems to be relatively consistent for us this year, is to cede possession to other teams. But there are a couple other kind of stats that really tell the story. One is we had 8 corners and they had 0. And then, the amount of times we are touching the ball in their box was 22-8, which is significant.
Ooh, that's a hell of a gap.
Those are 2 significant stats that pretty much tell the story that from an attacking perspective, we were looking a heck of a lot more dangerous.
This is what ESPN's cameras look like. I'm a dork, so I find this interesting because if you look at the USL's ESPN Plus cameras, they look like Best Buy compared to that. ESPN2, first game of the year on ESPN2 for the USL. This was after the match, a random picture there. Now, this was also after the match, and we used to do pitchforks and balloons for 2 episodes. So I've got a little pitchfork for you here. This is leaving the gold lot. Now, gentlemen, I timed this. I did not actually prepare this timing, so I'm going to make up the number because I forgot what it was. But
I like that. Okay.
yes, thank you. I think it was close to 20, between 20 and 25 minutes that this was my view, actually. I don't know what it's going to take to get this right exiting the gold lot. I don't think this is an issue in the other lots necessarily. Now, there is some good news at the end of this, but this is absolutely brutal. When we talk about attendance and we talk about things, Louisville City better not turn a blind eye to this situation, because if you had a good time at the match, let's say it's your first match, you had a good time, but you're not sure if you'd ever return, but you did have a pretty good time, and then this is your lasting impression, this has got to get fixed. And there's a billboard that says "Keep moving," right there.
Especially on a weekday. Now, let me give you some contrast. Is I left right when the game ended, and drove right out of the lot, and they had people. They weren't cops. They were like traffic people that were at each of the 2 stops that take you to the highway there, that had flipped the signal so it was constantly green. And when I left the lot right when the game ended, I never stopped all the way home. I don't have to get on the highway. I just come up into the Highlands, but I'm able to go around traffic. But it was all moving. So something happened between when I left and when you left. Maybe the people left their posts or something and weren't flipping the signals. I'm not sure, but that's kind of a key component.
Well, I wanted to flip some signals after about 20 minutes of this. I was pretty irritated.
It seems to go faster when no one's going, when they're diverting people away from taking that right on the story coming out of the gold lot.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to and kind of circle everybody back to the highway. It seems to go faster that way.
You can't see it necessarily in this, but coming from the left, so coming from the direction of Adams, no, that is Adams. So going towards Story Avenue past the gold lot, there were cars stopped there. So I don't know where those cars are coming from. Surely they're not taking the gray lot and saying go this direction, but they have drones that they try to monitor this situation and study it. I remember they did that last year for a long time. Keep studying, because it's not exactly fixed. Just a spoiler alert, it was perfect on Saturday. I don't know why it would be so bad on a Wednesday unless they just forgot to call somebody to tell them to come into work or something.
No, they were there. I think maybe they left early or something. They're like, nobody else is coming or whatever. The other thing they're doing, which is new, is people park on Adams kind of in the bike lane. Have you seen them there when you're coming out of the lot? You see some cars parked in the bike lane. They ticketed that the other day. So all of those cars parked for the game in that bike lane there got a ticket.
Interesting. I've just been smashing windows, but maybe this will be more effective. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yes. That might work. Good. All this and more on our Discord. Okay, I'm going to get rid of it. But that wasn't all. We had more footy from Louisville City as we moved on in the week. Gosh, tired legs. We talk about tired legs, and it sure seemed like coming out in this match against the Birmingham Legion. I think, Matt, you might have even said we looked very lethargic. We looked like we had played this. We looked like this was our 3rd match in 7 days. And then something changed. Maybe we should watch some highlights.
Highlights. You'll see what changes.
Yeah. Speaking of changes, formations. Here we go.
Yeah. So Goodrum up top again. 2nd game in a row. You see Dia's picking up some minutes, but in this case, McFadden, who did all that run in the game before, comes out, and Manny Perez comes in. Which, I having a deep bench like this with the amount of talent that we have, I think it's just an embarrassment of riches at this point. And then a fairly consistent, obviously Lambert not going to be playing. So you got the Davilas in the middle.
Double Davila.
Playing the number 10 role, everybody's favorite, Enzo Martinez.
Oh, yeah.
And They had a young keeper in there too, so I don't know what happened to Van Okel.
Yeah, was Van Okel listed in that lineup?
He was.
I know that he was on FOTMob.
I think potentially he forgot to take the Geritol, so he couldn't play. So they brought in the young keeper. That Damien's fault? What do we think?
No.
I don't think so. It's a deflection going crazy angles.
Lazo, he kind of brains one of his teammates. It kind of knuckleballs and flies past Damien. I mean, he looked like he was in range. I thought he had that. I thought he would make that save in the stands. But
he did. Yeah, from the stands, from the Capitol stand, especially. I was like, why did he not move?
Yeah, but I mean,
his body was probably
weird deflection
going one way, and the ball went the other, and shit. That's
yep.
That happens. So that woke us up. Yeah, what do you think?
I think so.
That might have been it. That might have been what needed to happen.
Opposing teams keep giving us space on that far post, and we keep taking advantage. We're going to continue.
We push our wingbacks up and add that extra attacker. And do you see Dia? Dia's like, yep, no time for celebration. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I love it.
We got more goals to score.
And then somebody takes over. Wow,
the smoke's still in the air.
Still in there.
Play it back.
Yep.
We got
play it back.
We were up at
so good.
Row P, and we have two smoke bombs.
Dobby, what a pass!
And I couldn't even see the goal. I had to come back and watch it on the highlights because I couldn't see the smoke from the other end, which is a great and wonderful thing.
So
I love when smoke just doesn't go away.
Yeah, well, that's been happening a lot with all the humidity. So 28:04 on that goal. Chris pounding his chest.
Serrano's service into Dia on that far post. Beautiful. Just a little touch of the foot. Taylor Davila, what a pass. And then Goodrum megs the keeper like Jason Statham.
That's just unbelievable. When this happened, I think I basically turned our roll into a mosh pit and just clobbered Matt. Absolutely nailed him. I was so excited. When I get really excited with goals, look out. It's all coming down on
Serrano with that dummy run too, pulling some of the defensemen away. That was awesome. I love that.
Damien, despite the goal, I think he had a really great game. I mean, he was a tremendous save right there.
He had some great saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were down 1-0, and then now we're up 2-1. So we started singing a new song. Now we're up 3-1. But
check this out. Goodrum just out muscles his man, just out hustles everybody, and just gets to that ball.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is a little poke too. And after this, man, he could smell blood in the water. I mean, that's another shark reference. But he wanted that third goal. He wanted it bad.
I think the whole team could smell the blood in the water. That generated 2.1 expected goals to Birmingham's 0.36. Just were all over the ball all night.
Laying the stats down. Jansen Wilson I think that hit the post maybe.
Yep.
Davila and another corner, great positioning, and then Goodrum with a man all over him. I mean,
yeah, it was a crowd.
They're chest to chest, and he still finds a way to head this ball in.
You see the defenseman's looking at him like, how did you get that ball?
Hats off, y'all. Hats off.
Davila's ball IQ, he's everywhere. It's like one of the best passers in all of USL right now. I mean, he's all over the place.
Serrano's trying to keep his scoring streak alive, just can't quite do it.
Yeah, that was a great save by the keeper.
Yeah, good save. Yeah, that's
he was getting pounded all night, so that's all right.
Just to keep it a 4-1 game.
Well-deserved rest from Taylor.
I believe it's in hand at this point. I mean, 10 left at 4-1. This didn't calm anybody's anxieties, though. This is our technically third own goal of the week. Louisville own goal, but only the second LouCity own goal of the week. So
Carlos just not having the best season so far. So
he tried to get out of the way of that ball, but he just couldn't quite do it.
Hopefully he can turn things around. So We go down, but we get up again.
We get up again.
You're never
You're
going
never going to keep us down. Never.
The
We
song
go
that,
one down.
we
go
started
up
singing
again.
in the stands.
Never going to keep us down. We go one down.
Yep. That was a victory that we needed. I think that was a game that we needed, a game like that. I mean, we're scoring all the goals, even our own, on ourselves. We're scoring them all. But I mean, we needed
Nope.
Yep. What?
No team has scored more than once against us. Even though we lost, even though it was a 4-2, no team has scored more than once against us all year.
There you go.
That's just that.
The only way that your team out there, those people out there that are not Louisville City fans watching this, all 0 of them, the only way your team has a chance is if we score for your team. Okay, so
That's right. We'll spot you some goals.
Good
run too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, unbeaten through 13 matches, gentlemen. What a start for this team. We're not even to July 1st. A club record opening the campaign. Can't say enough good things about Louisville City, and they're winning a lot of matches right now with not necessarily this one, but with defense. They are just really pressing hard and being a part of every ball down the field. Okay.
It's interesting, but I'm sorry, but
No.
We have on the show spoken about like how we want a game to open up, right? We want those 3 and 4 goal wins. This is not. I don't know if that's this team this year, but we finally got one this time. You know,
Yeah.
I think we're defensive. That's kind of our game now. We're the best defense in the league. So I mean, however you win,
It was good to see that crooked number. That's for sure.
yeah. W's a W.
While we are in the neighborhood, Philip Goodrum, hat trick, 6th player in club history to register a hat trick. Gentlemen, it's pop quiz time, and for all the listeners out there, you can play along. So, how should I do this? I'll tell you what. Ken, give me 2 of them.
Well, you got to say Matt Fondy, because Matt Fondy not only got a hat trick, but he got a mat trick, which was 4.
Yeah, the mat trick.
Yeah.
Correct.
Let's see. Who else got a hat trick? Probably Cameron Lancaster, which would be a relatively easy one. That's 2. Matt, you want to pipe in? I think I got a couple more.
Wilson Harris? Wilson
3.
Harris has scored a hat trick.
Against Indy 11.
Enoch Mushagalusa, right?
Correct.
Nucky scored a hat trick. Yeah.
That dude from Alabama. What was his name?
Dude.
He was supposed to replace Cameron Lancaster.
We need. We're looking for our last one here. We got Enoch, Cam, Matt Fonde, Wilson Harris, and Chandler Hoffman.
Never
From Alabama.
Is that the guy? Was that who you were talking about?
Alabama.
There
Chandler
you go.
Hoffman. I can remember his name. Yeah, he came in to replace Cameron Lancaster when Cameron went to Nashville.
Mhm.
And evidently got on the bad side of James O'Connor and got benched part of the way through the season. You remember
That's
that?
not what you want.
By the way, Matt Fonde had 3 hat tricks. Cameron Lancaster with 2 hat tricks for Louisville City, as he is now back in purple where he belongs. Also, just one more time, Taylor Davila, hat trick of his own, 3 assists, 1 for each one of those goals. And if those 2 really start connecting, woohoo!
Well, they are.
Good rum, baby. We don't smoke Swishers. We're all about Phillies here.
That's right.
You guys get it. Come on, you got that one.
Oh, I definitely get it.
Yeah.
My share of Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we got to keep the perp going, and Big Perp was in KC, kicking off only 30 minutes prior to Louisville City's match with the Legion on Saturday evening. It was a match against the Current, the first place Current in Kansas City, and we're going to watch some highlights right about now.
During the LouCity game, John and I had a lot of fun because Ken was DVRing the racing game.
Mm-hmm.
So John and I had a lot of fun trying to hide game updates from Ken to not ruin the surprise.
Yes.
It's not actually hard to hide things from me during a game.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It is. It's exceedingly easy. Yeah.
Okay, so I felt like the key matchup was going to be Laura Malay and Shawinga. That's what I felt like in this game, because Shawinga is a special type of player
Yes, yes, she
with a
is.
special type of speed. So definitely, even in the highlights, you can kind of see how this worked out for us.
All right, let's buckle up because we're
Buckle
going
up,
on a
knuckle
ride.
up.
Yeah,
We were very concerned about how Sarah Weber was going to handle in the absence of.
Well, she did well the previous game, so take another bite of the apple.
she's definitely capable. I think she's earned a bigger share of the minutes. Yeah, I think she's playing. I think she's playing pretty well.
But this is one heck of a ball club.
Let's say
Yeah, this is Casey's first home game in a month, and they really wanted to show out for their fans.
And that player right there, Shawinga, they just showed something.
MVP.
She is something. And this is also not how you really want to start up a game.
No, you're gonna see like it's popping as soon as that whistle blows. It's fucking on, and it was a bombardment from the current.
It was. Yeah.
A lot of us is buckling down and kind of like facing the storm, taking your lumps and getting back up. And yeah, I mean it's a tough matchup for any team.
Yeah, I still don't think our high press is as potent with Weber up top, but because they're able to cut through it right there.
30 seconds in, yep.
And
forcing Bloomer to make some diving saves. This is like when you're learning to drive and you accidentally get on the highway and you like quickly realize like, all right, well, I'm in it now and I got to keep up or I'm dead. Because it's happening. It's a real share from Clueless moment. I mean, how many? I can't tell you how many shots they got off in that opening salvo, that first like 15 minutes.
It was a lot.
Is that from the box score? A lot?
It was a lot. They had 8 shots in the first half to our 4.
So that was an own goal from Laura Malay. She's got a lot on her mind. She's playing it, I want to say arguably, if not even arguably the best player in the NWSL, potentially even the best player in the world right now.
Yep.
A lot on her mind, knowing she's right behind her.
Right behind her. Showinga's like whispering in her ear. She can feel her breath on the back of her neck.
Now, what you see is Shawinga just motors right through our defense. She ran by Laura Malay like she was standing still, and it was all over. So that's 2-0 right there. Basically from the same player.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this.
It's just going to keep coming. There's nobody off here. The flag stays down, and essentially the same play beats Bloomer.
Yeah, she's actually on. It's really hard to tell. And we tried to pause it at home when we were watching the game. We couldn't get the frames right, but it looks like she's on our half or their half of the field when the ball is kicked, crossing the line right when the ball is kicked. So I think she was on. Timing. I think VAR validated that, and there you go.
Takes it near post. The old Gareth Bale. All right, no Gareth Bale fans in the house. All right, that's fine.
Nope, none.
We hate the Welsh here on 24-Hour Purple, people.
I like Ryan Giggs.
Giggsy. And then just slotting it in through traffic to make it 3-1.
3-1. It was 3-0.
Okay, so we're 20 minutes. 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-0.
3-0.
So we're 20 minutes in, less than 20 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. We're down 3.
Not a great start. Yeah.
This is this could be a blowout, right? This could be one of these 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, maybe you get one consolation goal games that is terrible. But that's actually not what happened.
That's not what happened.
They dug down and they found something that they have this year that I don't think they've ever had before, which is, I don't know, some sort of strength and spirit, some sort of
save.
Yeah, look at that.
The paw on it.
Look at that.
Bloomer took her lumps and she got back to her feet and she said, "I didn't hear no bell. Let's go. Let's go."
I love it.
The whole team did that, man. The whole team they showed up. They didn't feel out of it. They came to play against a very difficult team.
Yeah, there was no quit at this point. There was no
Absolutely
vibe
not.
of heads down. It was
Sonus. Here's Sav. Sav, I think it deflects. She maybe tries to draw the foul, and then Sonus just takes a swipe at it.
Yep.
Really great save by their keeper to keep that in. I think the complexion of this game changes quite a bit if that ball sneaks through. You get one back before the half. That would have been huge, especially considering how he played in the second half. Shots for handball here to no avail. I believe that was Sears on that cross in, and they really took Sears out of the game. But you have to expect that, yeah.
But we're still able to attack. We're still able to get the ball in some dangerous areas. We're still, three down, but we're still able to attack with purpose. I think we were throwing a lot of bodies forward. Handball, maybe. And her arm was kind of behind her back. There's not a whole lot she can do about that.
I feel like that was in sort of that was a natural position to me.
It's one of those ones that could go either way, and the loser in the argument is going to complain a lot. It just didn't happen to fall for us, that one.
It looked above the elbow, so I guess I'm not totally mad at that.
But her arm was away from her body a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What do we know? We're not referees. Here's the second half kick, and we are taking it to them. We're going right at them.
Do you think they got the hairdryer at the halftime? The Bev.
I don't know if that's Bev's game, really, necessarily.
She's going to talk about theoretical physics, and then we're going to go play.
Everybody's going to go, oh.
Have you ever heard her post-game interviews? You're like, woo, okay.
Lauren Millay, what a great shot in. Doesn't quite make it. Lauren Millay, the 5-foot assassin with a roughneck business. Shout out to Fife Dog, y'all. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I thought racing in the second half looked a lot better. They were still same intensity, even more intensity, but I feel like they came out to prove something here.
They did.
Win, lose, or draw. They came out to prove something in the second half.
Get
Lauren
it
away with another shot in,
there
and then Sonus just pokes her foot out and gets enough of a deflection to send that past the keeper in traffic. Good stuff. Sonus had a tremendous game, just a fantastic game.
So now it's ball game, 3-1. There's a chance. There's a glimmer of hope.
Glimmer, at least a glimmer.
Yes.
And then they do this.
Yeah, they go, oh, yeah, we're still here, y'all. Like,
boom, boom.
We're going to get our chances, too.
There were 2 deflections on that. Bloomer had no idea where that ball was going to go. Because when you watch the second shot, deflects that one out, kick that, watch the number of deflections of this. Boom, boom. Oh, my God.
Damn.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to track.
But we're going.
87th minute now. Kanu has just entered the game. And
what a way to show up.
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't. It's the next one.
Sonus sends it in with the header.
There it is. Yep. Oh, with authority.
Man, if we could get Uchenna going, that would be a tremendous boon. Just a huge. I think I've said tremendous like 100 times on this show so far. But yeah, if we could get Uchenna going.
We just might. I mean, that might be exactly what she needed to get the confidence.
That's what,
back.
yeah.
Train well, make the starting team, and take it to them. This was kind of end of the game.
Yep.
Best player in the world has the ball. Breakaway, your legs are dying underneath you. You're throwing everybody forward. So I really call it a 3-2 game, but it was a 4-2 game.
MVP doing MVP things. That's 5 goals in her last 5 games for Tim Wachawinga. I mean, I don't know how you defend against that.
Not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
So there it is. That was a tough loss, but that is the best team in the NWSL with the best player. And even though we went 3 down, we still came back to threaten.
There have been times in the past where racing they weren't bought in. You know what I'm saying? Like they had looked like they were defeated after sometimes when the game was 0-0. Like there were times in the past with this team where maybe the fight was not there, but it's there this year, and it's paying dividends.
It is.
They're still in a good position.
They're exciting to watch. I think there's more investment from us fans. I feel like I'm more invested because I feel like the team is really putting it all out there. So I think this is the best year yet.
Such a joy to watch them play this year. It really is.
Yeah, they are a very exciting team to watch play, and come up short against the top team in the league away is not completely, unexpected in some ways for this young club, and we hope that we will rebound nicely because we are now welcoming to our house the number 2 team, Orlando Pride.
Dose.
Be here Friday evening at the FAM to say hello to racing. It's also Katie's birthday, so I am in big trouble. But that being said, racing is welcoming Orlando Pride, a team that we know very well. We've played several times, but Orlando just recently coming off a draw and a loss, but 3 straight wins before that. Not scoring a lot of goals right now compared to racing, at least. Matt, what are you looking forward to with Friday evening? Don't talk about the
first of all, we're not going to talk about the post party. It's Ollie night, and it's also the Juneteenth celebration, so it's going to be cool. If you're big Ollie heads like me, so here's the thing: it's starting to get very hot and very humid outside.
Very humid.
Weather is a factor going forward. This is a tough stretch that we're on. It's the toughest stretch of the year, and the weather just kind of compounds everything on top of that. So it's a true test of our metal, right? Our heavy metal. You guys get it? Give me TTLE. Anyway, even if we're not sort of getting as many points as we would like throughout this stretch, we're still learning. It's like key to the development of this team. Janine Sonis, after the last game, had a really great quote where she said, "You either win or you learn." Just fantastic outlook.
Yep.
I think. So yeah, invaluable to the development of this team, and playing the number 1 team and then the number 2 team next week. The next week is a lot of young players who are going to get chances to sort of hone their craft against some great players. Barbara Banda coming into town. She's got 4 goals in her last 2 away matches. So I have to deal with that. Carson Pickett coming back into town. We know how good she is. The thing about Orlando is they really, once they get the lead, they're very hard to play against, right? They know how to shut games down. They know how to kind of tie you up after they take the lead. So you want in every game to score first, but I think it is crucial in this one to not get behind.
Yep, I agree with that. Ken, what do you see? What do you see our Orlando? And it's always exciting to see Marta. She's a legend, but
we can beat any team in this league.
Right. Hell yeah, we can.
Remember that. We went 3 down against Kansas City, but we came back, put it at 3-2, and we were still threatening. There's no reason why we can't beat Orlando in our own house. Yeah, they've got big, fast players like Barbara Banda, and they've got Pickett, who played it for us before, and then she left, and then her girlfriend left, and then her girlfriend's girlfriend is still on the team. So I can't wait to see how all that plays out, because there was a whole lot of drama on that stuff. So absolutely good stuff. Marta is the ultimate pro that has played forever and is one of those players that will shut a game down. if she needs to. The reason why they're so strong, especially when they go ahead, is the two backs, Strom and Sams, are very good. Is a very good back pairing in the back. So they, with the venerable veteran in Marta and a lot of the other players, have an ability to shut that game down if they need to. So it's going to be very hard to score in this game, I think, even harder than it would be against Kansas City, even though Kansas City is a formidable team. And we're going to have to keep Barbara Banda under wraps. She's more of a central striker, so she'll be coming up against our central defenders, which I think will give us a better ability to manage her than we had with Shawinga coming up the wing. But we'll see. We'll see. Just remember that we can beat any team in this league. Why not Orlando?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Orlando.
Here.
Always in the attacking. It always seems like they're in the attacking third. They have the most corners of any team in the NWSL. They have the most passes in their opposing team's side of the pitch. So they are a team that's just going to be constantly attacking. So it's going to be heavy metal pressure from both sides in this match, and I'm really looking forward to Friday evening. It is getting humid. It's also getting hot down in North Carolina, where Louisville City will be playing at the exact same time. This time, that's accurate. 7:30 kickoff for both of these matches, as Louisville City heads down to NCFC, North Carolina FC.
John,
who knows what division they're in nowadays, but they are playing Louisville City on Friday. No, they're in the championship. But North Carolina is pretty good squad this year. Not bad at all. We are heading down there on Friday evening. Ken, what do you think is this one of those trap type games that sometimes we fear, or what do you think of this North Carolina situation here?
No, I don't think it's a trap game. I think we're a better team. They're a team that spreads their wealth around all of the players. The center of their back line is Paco Craig. We know Paco very well. Played for us for a number of years, won a number of championships with us, if not 1, 2. The interesting thing about their back line is it's all foreign players. It's Paco Craig from England. It's Rafael Metzingen from Brazil and Patrick Berner from Martinique. You see a lot of U.S. players in the USL, which is a good thing about the USL. You don't normally see an entire line that's foreign players. So that's going to be interesting. I also think they have another interesting player, number 15, Mikey Maldonado. He's kind of the key to running their engine. So closing him down in the middle of the pitch, I think is going to be key for our victory. But I absolutely expect us to go down there and win.
Matt, are you expecting the same?
I'm expecting for this game to kick off at 7:30. Actually, John.
What did I say?
You said 8. You said both games are kicking at 8.
Oh,
no, you said 7:30.
Did he say 7:30?
I said 7:30, but racing is at 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, racing is at 8.
Yes.
Damn it! It didn't happen again. Oh well.
Well. So temperatures in the 90s again at Wake Med and Cary. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid.
Like here,
Yes, it's going to feel like as shitty as it feels outside now. It's going to feel like that on Friday or Saturday rather. So North Carolina had a really great May, earned their coach of the month. They went undefeated with 5 wins across all competitions. They put them up to 4th place. So 4-1 in their last 5. Hottest team in the East. That's not us or Charleston. This is a good team. And while I don't necessarily think it's a trap game, because I feel like a trap game by definition is a game that maybe you don't expect for the opposing team to put up much resistance, that should supposed to be an easy win that you end up losing. I think that North Carolina is not the team that we're looking past at all. We knocked them out of the playoffs last year. So all the added motivation this week that we saw for the Rhode Island game, we talked about it on the show. The players talked about it in interviews, how much that motivated them to come in and perform against Rhode Island. North Carolina is thinking about that against us, right? And I bet you guys didn't even remember that. I didn't. It's like M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. For me, it was a Tuesday. That's us. Their only losses have been to Loudoun, good team. Rhode Island, good team. New Mexico, good team. And then Miami, weird. I'm just
Weird
saying.
team.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
But they're the last team to beat Charleston before they went on this like crazy tear that they're on right now. They're really efficient with their shot selection, so they pick their shots. They got the second highest goals per shots average on target average in the league. So yeah, when they get it, they know what to do with it. They play pretty similar to us, honestly. So we're kind of mirror. We're fighting the mirror here. I just hope that we're rested enough. I hope we're feeling good. I hope the boys got the day off. Maybe they went to see a movie or something. I don't know. I just hope that we are well rested coming into this game because it's going to be a slog down there in the heat.
We got a whole week of rest. I think that's a lot now. Unlike picking up 9 points in 8 days. 8 days. Now we're getting a whole week off, so I expect the starting lineup to show, and I expect them to be well rested. They know how to take care of themselves. They're pros.
Yeah, this is a team that really thrives on solid passes, discipline in its play, just making the right decision. I mean, Ken, you kind of talked about the foreign players and stuff. One thing that I always talk about with European soccer versus ours is a very disciplined style of play, just very streamlined passing, point A to point B to point, and that's something North Carolina kind of does. They're kind of structured that way in a lot of ways, and that's because they're not knocking any stats. They're not just crushing the league in stats. I mean, as a matter of fact, I believe they're let's see, goals per match. You probably already said this, Matt. They're 24th in the USL in goals per match with 1 average goal per match. So this is they're not lighting the world on fire that way. They're winning games the old-fashioned way, as maybe somebody out there would say. But it's going to be interesting to see. North Carolina, they left us and came back, and Cary, same location as the Courage down there, I believe. So, yeah.
It's where they just had the TST tournament, the soccer tournament. Did you guys check any of that out?
I did not.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's I believe it's 7-a-side, maybe. It's a soccer tournament. 7-a-side. They do the scoring. It's 2 20-minute halves, and then they do, I guess, there's sort of sudden death where you have to score, but they take players off every 3 minutes till it gets down to a 1-on-1. It's pretty entertaining. It's on ESPN Plus. I believe it's already over. It's $1 million prize. A lot of teams. I don't know why we don't have a team down there competing. That would be great. I mean, us, the show, not like Louisville City or racing. Like, we should get a team together.
The show?
Send them down. Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Well, no, we're gonna manage. We're old. Oh. We're not gonna play. Yeah.
Oh no.
We're gonna get the whiteboard out and draw the X's and O's. Yeah. We're not playing.
One comes off every 3 minutes. So yeah. Okay, got it.
Slapping the clipboard. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. Check it out next year.
3 in the back and 3 up front with a keeper. Got the formation. I'm good.
Exactly.
Sounds like a winner.
Well, I should allude to the big news of the day. Big news coming out of Louisville City, I guess, as a whole, is we're going to have even more friendly competition here. As the team announced today that they're still stuck in traffic. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. The team announced today that we are getting another international friendly. Aston Villa coming to Louisville.
Right.
I can tell you guys are excited.
How would I? This is 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 5 years ago. This would have been great. But now I just feel like it's almost too much. I mean, make the bad man stop with all the games. It's a lot. It's also the same time as the Lexington game, right?
That's the big issue, right? It's the same day as the Lexington matchup, which I got to assume most people are going to be in Lexington for that game?
I don't know. I think a lot of people will plan to travel to Lexington and still travel to Lexington. I'm confused. And maybe they just want to play each other because they just happen to both be in town or something like that. I don't know.
That's
And
really what it
the
seems
game was
like.
empty.
Yeah, they're just renting out the space. I mean, we'll take a
I think
a
Aston
check.
Villa
We'll take
was
the
like
Deutsche marks.
they were doing like the Bourbon Trail and decided, hey, look at that, Frankfurt's here.
I
You guys want to
potentially,
play?
yeah. I think this probably got lined up late. That's why it was a late announcement.
Seems like it.
And they're like, hey, we got some time. And hey, this Lynn Family Stadium, Louisville City Racing Louisville soccer complex with the academy and the field, and it's world class, or definitely top of what you're going to get in America. So why don't we just play a friendly there too?
Look at
Yeah,
that.
why not?
And it kind of happened. And then at some point in the planning process, it's like, oh, but Louisville City has never mind. All right, well, we're just moving on.
We won the cup. So I'm not
Hey,
signed
good for
in,
us.
so I'm getting all the old stuff on here. Isn't that something? Yeah, I'm excited about a friendly.
Which one are you going to go to?
It's a lot of soccer on that day.
Yeah, which one would you rather go to?
I'd rather
I
go
don't
to
know.
Lexington versus Louisville City.
Okay, just checking. Just
I'm a
checking.
USL mark, but I mean, the
league in
comments
the world,
I'm
baby.
seeing, yes, the comments I'm seeing online, and the comments in general are all positive because you're getting first thing this morning. How I found out about it, my random I love soccer and never go to Louisville City games friend texted me and said, "Hey, did you see this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's when Lexington and Louisville City play in a huge match in Lexington." So huge. So I will not be attending. Now I'll probably go with the Louisville City and Frankfurt on that following Tuesday it is, I believe. But
Yeah, I'll go to that one. But
I
I'm not
don't
going
that
to
seems like a lot of fun.
I don't really care about Aston Villa. I mean,
I think they have a pretty big following.
They have a huge
potentially,
Yeah, they have a big following.
in
Yeah,
the U.S. So I think they're going to be a whole bunch of out of towners maybe that come in for the game, which Louisville's
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
for that.
word. Yeah, that's nice.
this gets
And it's on a Saturday. So
huge
spend the
publicity.
weekend here. Spend your money.
Huge publicity. So you're going to see a lot of people coming to that match. So I mean that it's a big win for the front office per se. I'm just not sure if I'm happy on that timing. Now we don't really know unless I missed something later on this evening or before we went on the air. I don't know what time the match is. Somebody said something about, well, what if this match was earlier in the day? I can tell you right now, if I'm attending like a 1 p.m. start in Louisville, I'm not going to Lexington that same day.
Yeah.
Personally, I can't do that. I just can't do that.
Yeah, I feel that.
Nope.
But exciting news nevertheless, and a lot of good things going. And you know, let's not take for granted it's big. And there's other. I saw some comments like, "I wish my USL team would even attempt this kind of thing." You know, and there's other there's other clubs that are almost to the position that. I mean, we've seen USL teams have friendlies before and stuff, but this is Louisville City's not involved in that particular one, but they are playing Frankfurt. Frankfurt just must love it here. I mean,
Here's what I like. Here's what I like. This is what I like about it is that we're having a friendly with world-class teams, and we're not playing in it, so we don't have a potential to get injured.
Right.
It's the best of both worlds.
There it is.
It's
really
very nearly two Champions League teams playing against each other, but Aston Villa couldn't quite make it. But it's very nearly.
Very close.
Two Champions League teams.
Very close indeed. And we are very close to the end of tonight's program. Don't forget to like us on all the things that you can possibly like us on. Just sit around for hours and find these things and like us. Also, we are on Spotify for an audio-only version of the program that you can check out every time we have a program. Generally, the next day we will have it on Spotify. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can join that Discord if you'd like. Check it out with that QR code below, and you'll get more fun stories about awkward songs being played by an awkward man at an awkward tailgate. Ken, do you have any closing thoughts for tonight's program?
I mean, I do take requests at the tailgate. I'm just going to have to maybe filter them a little bit better than
Yeah, he
My
takes
brain.
requests, but they go in one ear and right out the other. And directly to Matt. Any closing thoughts tonight?
Unless you request to turn the volume down, he's not going to listen to that one. That's the only one
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't listen to.
Why
As a
would
matter of
not?
fact, I think
Uh,
I started thinking that every song had a fade in, but okay, go on.
it's getting there. It's getting there. No, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Okay,
What a great show.
about to do a spit take there. Well, I've got nothing either, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody Friday evening. Unless you're traveling down to North Carolina for some reason, come to the fam, hang out. Where will we be at the fam if people want to come hang out inside the stadium? Rabbit Hole is one. The Rabbit Hole
Rabbit
Bar on
hole,
the
we'll
corner.
be there sometimes.
Row P.
And we kind of just move around. We kind of just move around from there, right? Like we
I
kind
like
of go.
P for purple people. You know, I like we
P
can
for
stick
purple
with
people.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
X.
We go a little bit
for
of
X
everywhere.
Men.
You might have a chance to even see a face.
What is
Only-
going on? Oh God!
You don't even remember this.
Is it an
picture,
ice
do
cream
you?
sandwich?
Oh, the ice cream sandwich.
Two
Yes.
ice
I
cream
remember that ice cream
sandwiches.
I went on a
sandwich.
side
Yeah.
quest and got an ice cream sandwich.
And that is a good looking
Mhm.
thumb right there. That's mine. So, all right.
Hell of a thumb. Hell of a thumb, Johnny.
Thank you very much. Well, that's all the time we have for this evening. We thank you all for joining us very, very much. We are 24-hour Purple People for Ken Luther, Matt Dalton. I'm John Harper. We will see you next time, Purple Family. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. I love you.